Welcome back, Truth Seeker. It is Wednesday, August 24th, 2022. And the breaking news this morning in the world of sports: Len Dawson, the great quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs, dead at age 87. And if you watch the news coverage this morning, they'll put it right in front of your face. They'll say Len Dawson became an NFL Hall of Famer in 87, and now he's dead at 87. And they won't even blink an eye, just like how they didn't with Bill Russell, as they told you that Bill Russell became a Hall of Famer in 1975. Well, what had just concluded? The 75th NBA season. And of course, in Gematria, Bill Russell equals 75. And of course, the Warriors became 7-5 in finals against his Celtics. But then again, they represent San Francisco, where he went to the Jesuit school. And again, he died on the last day of the Ignatian year, the 31st of July, 31, the 11th prime, the man with 11 championships, dead by the numbers. Now, the same is true for Len Dawson, and we see the same thing year after year. As the seasons come around, as the playoffs come around, the bodies start to fall. And again, it's always a perfect ritual. Now, if you've been following me since the time of Kobe's death, I know that's when a lot of you came on. Again, we've been doing this for 9 years and showing the same thing for all 9 years. But you recall at the time of Kobe's death, I showed how Kobe had the big 54 connection, and he died the Sunday before Super Bowl 54. Well, look at what day Len Dawson's now dead. He's now dead on Kobe Bryant Day, August 24th, of course, because Kobe wore 8 and 24. And I just talked about it again yesterday. Again, congrats to the winners. Told you guys the Dodgers would pick up their 44th home win on the day of what would have been Kobe Bryant's 44th birthday. And of course, the Dodgers went into the fourth inning with 4 runs yesterday against the 44 team, the Milwaukee Brewers. But like I said yesterday, remember, Kobe died at age 41 on the 26th day of the year. And in Gematria, Kobe Bryant equals 41, like Super Bowl, and Bryant equals 26, like game. And if you go back to Super Bowl 54, which the Chiefs won right after, you'll see that Mahomes put away the game with his 41st pass and his 26th completion, something that we called out in real time watching the game before it happened. We said, oh, here comes the put away touchdown. And sure enough, the 26th completion on the 41st pass to number 26 to win the game. Patrick Mahomes, prior to that, do you recall what happened? Patrick Mahomes, who's the quarterback of the Chiefs, like Len Dawson was the quarterback of the Chiefs. Remember when Patrick Mahomes beat Len Dawson's passing record? He's married now, Patrick Mahomes, but back then it was his fiancée. His fiancée was at the game with her dad. And right as Patrick Mahomes beat Len Dawson's record, what happened? Patrick Mahomes' fiancée, her father, dropped dead in the stands at the game. And again, no one's blinking an eye at any of this stuff, but it's such obvious ritual. Rig sports, ritual murder, in some cases fake deaths, which I'm pretty sure is the case for Kobe. Pretty sure he watched the Dodgers pick up their 44th home win yesterday on his 44th birthday. But here's what jumps out. Again, Len Dawson became a Hall of Famer in 87. He's dead at 87. He's dead on his 66th day of being 87 years old, born June 20th, 1935. Why does it matter that he's dead on his 66th day of being 87? About a year ago, I was pointing out the significance of the coronavirus vaccine getting full approval by the FDA 87 days from Bill Gates' 66th birthday. And I've talked about this number combination many a times, but 87 and 66 are numbers that have a direct relationship in Gematria. They both represent the phrase number of the beast. Number of the beast, 6687. Kind of like how vaccination has that Sumerian Gematria of 666, which is the number of the beast. Kind of like how Bill Gates' name equals number of the beast, and he got his vaccine on his 87th day of his age. But 6687, if you're new here, how do those numbers relate to number of the beast? If you're new here, Gematria is based on the alphabetic order forwards and backwards. If I write out number of the beast, it equals 66 forwards, 87 in reverse. Len Dawson dead on his 66th day of being 87. 66 is big with the NFL as well. The first Super Bowl season was the 66 season, which concluded at the very beginning of 67, and that was the Chiefs losing to the Packers. And again, if you are new here, that first Super Bowl season was the 47th NFL season. In the most simple cipher, the alphabetic order with no numerology, the word beast is 47. So think about that. The first Super Bowl in the 47th NFL season in 66. And by the way, the thing I just told you about Bill Gates, remember he operates on the 47th parallel north in Seattle. He started Microsoft in the 47th state, New Mexico. He opened up the Microsoft campus in the suburb of Seattle, Redmond on the 47th day of the year. Again, the beast, number of the beast thing is a huge ongoing ritual. And, you know, just because I love to talk about Bill Gates, don't forget when he got divorced from his sweetie Melinda, who he met in 1987, the same year Len Dawson became a Hall of Famer. When they got divorced, it was 66 days from his 66th birthday. Isn't that nice? So, anyhow, Len Dawson, Hall of Famer in 87, dead at 87, right after Bill Russell, who was the biggest name in sports, who recently died. Again, Hall of Famer in 75, dead right after the 75th NBA season when the name Bill Russell equals 75. And again, the Warriors picked up their 75th all-time road win in the playoffs in Boston to win the finals, getting to 7-5 in championships, kind of like how the 49ers also won the 75th NFL season. Because remember, all of these sports leagues are rigged and scripted, and from all of their inceptions, they've been controlled by the same Jesuits who rig everything by this code every single day. All of your news, all of your sports, rigged together, scripted, and, here's just the latest example. Now, remember, every time they do one of these rituals, it's synced up with the season. So, Len Dawson's dead on Kobe Bryant Day, when Kobe Bryant had everything to do with the Chiefs' last Super Bowl win. And notice that from today, his death, to the upcoming date of Super Bowl 57, keep in mind Len Dawson was drafted into the NFL in 57, but Super Bowl 57 will be exactly 172 days later. And in the most simple cipher, Kansas City Chiefs equals 172. And Merum de Gloriam, the Jesuit motto in the most simple cipher, is also 172. One of the biggest sports stars in the whole world has that same birthday, 17/2. And if you guys are paying attention, I've given you guys a lot of free picks this year, and almost every single one's been correct. Back when Jordan's birthday was rolling around, Mr. 17/2, I showed you how the Bulls were going to win 4 straight home games and be 23-8 at home by Jordan's birthday, which is exactly what they did, because Michael Jordan equals 238. Kobe born on 23/8, another special number. That's why you got your Kylie Rodini news yesterday. It's the same ritual they did last year on the date. Last year on 23/8, I was talking about the numbers 238 and 86. Now you got Kylie Rodini dead, confirmed 23/8 after her disappearance on 8/6. It's because those numbers have to do with the Eye of Providence, that thing on the all-seeing eye, on the dollar bill, the all-seeing eye. Anyway, you learn the number combinations. You see through the rituals every single day. Again, I give you guys these teachings for free. I give you winners for free day after day. Again, congrats to everyone who won on the Dodgers yesterday. And if you took my advice on those scores, because I thought they were going to be higher scores, you hit on the overs as well. And, but again, you guys, what I've taught you guys for 9 years is undeniable. It's the same thing every single day. The people who deny this are really dumb fucking people. Brain dead fucking retarded. We'd be better off as a people if they weren't even breathing, which is also true. Part of the reason we're so fucked is because there's so many brain dead lemmings walking around who watch things like this, like, oh, you're reaching. It's just, again, unless you're a fucking retard, you don't have any debate about anything I've shown in the last 9 years. Calling futures better than anyone's ever done in the world, showing you how the news and sports is rigged every day, showing you who's doing it, and showing you how fucking sick it is. And look at the lemmings still file into the stadiums to watch these rigged fucking games and celebrate these sick fucking leagues that are murdering people left and right by their beast code. Essentially, if you continue to go to sports games and pay for this shit, you might as well just stamp the 666 right on your forehead. 666 right on your head. And Let me see. Let me make sure there's not anything else to say about this. Oh, well, you know what? When Patrick Mahomes won the Super Bowl, he was age 24. That was right after the death of Kobe, number 24. Guess what? Len Dawson's dead 24 days before Mahomes' upcoming birthday on the 24th of the month. Kobe Bryant Day. You know what I mean? Okay. Today does also have 54 date numerology, like Kobe being Bryant equals 54, like the Chiefs won Super Bowl 54, like Joe Montana equals 54. Joe Montana wore the number 16 and number 19. Of course, he won Super Bowl 16. And then Len Dawson wore the number 16 and played 19 years. Remember, it was an easy call for Chiefs over Niners. Montana wore 19 with the Chiefs. Chiefs won the 2019 NFL season with the Super Bowl that was played at the beginning of 2020. But again, ritual after ritual, perfect number script, same numbers that we're always talking about, same patterns. And you know what else happened on Kobe Bryant Day? Again, we're always talking about how politics and sports are all scripted together, pointing out the same thing day after day. Did you see what happened with Donald Trump's picks yesterday? I noticed a lot of people with the last name that started with W won yesterday. W is the 23rd letter on the 23rd of the month. But look at what happens on the day of Kobe Bryant's birthday. Trump's picks go 26-0. 26-0, really. Like Bryant equals 26, dead on the 26th. Patrick Mahomes, 26 years old right now, while Len Dawson's dead. Again, from sports to politics, all rigged and scripted. And if you're new here, it's too bad because we've shown you a million times how politics and sports are perfectly scripted together. And we use the chump himself, the orange overgrown Oompa Loompa, several times to call championships. Again, it's all rigged and scripted. Remember, the word flag equals 26. Remember Trump's ritual with the flag and the protesters that told us the Super Bowl would be the Eagles and the Patriots in week 3? Again, learn the code, understand how the numbers are used. And yesterday I did talk about Kobe Bryant in this dinosaur story being up all day on his birthday yesterday, and I was missing what was right in front of my face. I knew this was connected to Kobe, but remember, who did Kobe have his career high against? The dinosaur team, the Toronto Raptors, who he scored 81 points against. And again, coming back to those two ciphers, I want to write out Kobe Bean Bryant, his full name, 54 forwards, 81 in reverse, mark of the beast. 54 forwards, 81 in reverse, dinosaurs, beasts. Kobe's career high of 81 in his 666th career game, right? 666, the number of the beast. Number of the beast, fair terminology. Again, the number of the beast is 666. The mark of the beast is when you take it on your forehead or your hand. But Len Dawson now dead on Kobe Bryant Day on his 66th day of being 87 years old. You see how it goes? Number of the beast, mark of the beast. Kobe connected to Super Bowl 54. Now on the 54 date numerology, Len Dawson dead. You know, and has anyone seen Len Dawson since Kobe died? I mean, maybe Len Dawson's really been in the grave since the same time Kobe died, but they just released the news today. You know, we'd have to talk to Len Dawson's family about that, but I haven't seen Len Dawson in a long time, you know. So you guys wonder how they do it so perfectly. There's all sorts of ways they could be doing it. Or they could just be slipping into Len Dawson's, wherever he's staying, and put a little arsenic in his morning tea. You know, there's a million different ways to get rid of people. So also today, Facebook on One Hacker Way. It's addressed, by the way, if you didn't know that. We always talk about how Mark Zuckerberg's first child was born on his 201st day of his age, how he gives himself that nickname from Lord of the Rings, which equals 201. Well, guess what? Today's 201 days after the anniversary of Facebook's establishment, and they're having some kind of glitch hack today. Again, these things are nothing but rituals. And for the record, they're saying the glitch hack is it's making like celebrities show up all over people's feed. What was I just talking about the other day with 201? Remember what 201 ultimately is the number that represents light. In the 16th century, they created the model that everything goes around the sun, the source of light. It's called the heliocentric model, which has the 201 encoded in it. And 201s, pretty much all the celebrities in this world are Jesuit puppets. The 201 gang, the Jesuits, we call celebrities stars, right? Like the sun's a star. So 201 days after Facebook's establishment anniversary, the glitches that the stars are showing up all over everyone's page. And again, this is nothing new. All the big tech's controlled by the Jesuits. This 201 numbers all over all of them, from Bill Gates to Sundar Pichai to Jeff Bezos. They're all in the club. All of them. And don't forget the huge 201 ritual with Kobe's death either. From his last birthday to the coronavirus pandemic being declared, 201 days right after the Event 201 simulation put on by the Jesuit Klaus Schwab. Ritual after ritual. Dead on the Pope's 41st day of his age while traveling from Catholic Mass, when Catholic Pope and Catholic Mass equal 201, like the Pope's birth name, Jorge Mario Bergoglio's 201, like Kobe's studio or his production company, Granity Studios, equals 201. It's probably his production company that put on the scene of the supposed crashed helicopter, which looked nothing like his Black Mamba chopper, or I should say chopper. But anyway, it's just the same shit every single day. And, today's Ukraine's Independence Day as well. The day leaving 129 days left in the year, which is the number 201 in base 8 counting, which I suppose fits in with the Facebook hack. And remember, earlier this year, Facebook changed their hate speech policies so that it was okay to say that you want to hate and kill Russian people. Remember when Facebook did that earlier this year? Reminds me that Mark Zuckerberg's part of the Zio clan, and that's where a lot of them live, is in Ukraine. But anyway, today is their Independence Day, and they're showcasing tanks today. They're showcasing tanks. It's funny that Hollywood put out the movie having to do with Russia and Ukraine and the Soviet Union and World War II tank history called T-34. Remember in Gematria, Ukraine equals 34. Matt Stafford in the gold and blue like Ukraine, with the coach Sean McVay with the Ukrainian fiance. He became the 34th quarterback to win a Super Bowl at age 34. And then Steph Curry in the same colors in the same state at age 34 wins the NBA Finals, scoring 34 in Game 1 and Game 6, the deciding game. But again, in Gematria, Germany and Ukraine both equal 34. And again, the Soviet Union, it broke apart 31 years ago. That's when Russia and Ukraine separated. Now they're coming back together. They broke apart at the end of 91 on Christmas Day. And then right when Mikhail Gorbachev turned 91, the last leader of the Soviet Union, this war breaks out. All ritualistic. Another massive 201 ritual is Russia-Ukraine. Because the same Jesuits that control your news, they control this world. They control the sports leagues of all these different countries. And they got everybody glued on the couch, watching TV, believing bullshit, spending their life on entertainment. It's the same shit going on all across the world. By the way, the movie starts on the day leaving 34 days left in the year. The movie called T-34 about tanks. And again, just this whole Russia-Ukraine, we keep talking about all the 34 stuff over the weekend, the murder of the Russian politician's daughter on the 34 date numerology, so on and so forth. So anyway, just themes we've been talking about. And then Joe Biden today wants to help cripple the dollar a little bit more because, when you're already having dollar and inflation troubles, why not spend even more and print even more money to, get rid of people's student debt? And again, no sane person would ever do this. And again, Joe Biden, same puppet who sacrificed his whole family in 201 rituals, who, by the way, we told you would be the 46th president a year in advance, 46 weeks after the Pope's birthday. Because again, it's all scripted the same way. Catholic equals 46. The first Catholic president, JFK, killed at age 46. Joe Biden, the second Catholic president, number 46. Who has the same birthday as Bobby Kennedy, who was also assassinated, whose initials RFK are 46. But anyway, Joe Biden, he's going to forgive $10,000 of student debt for people who make less than $125,000 a year, which probably most people who went to college, because most people get out of college and make about $40,000 a year. And, had they just gone and, had most of these people just gone to Costco and started pushing carts, they probably would have had a better career than they're going to get out of their college. I mean, there are some college degrees that are worth it, but most Americans go to college and get a degree like communication or political science. If that's you, there's no point in going to college. That's a complete waste of your time. There's a lot of complete waste of time college degrees. Unless you're going into math and science, you might as well just skip college, to be perfectly honest about it. Pretty much anything else you want to do, you might as well just skip college. You want to go into science, math, there's some careers there. But pretty much everything else, you'd probably be better off if you just skipped college, started working hard on your grind, get good at it, build up a clientele. You'll probably be a million miles ahead. Otherwise, you'll finish college, you'll have a bunch of debt, and then you'll start trying to interview for jobs that start at $40,000 a year and say you need a year and a half experience. Well, right now things are a little bit different because nobody's working because we now have the communist generation. But anyway, the point is college is a big scam. It's a big joke. It's a waste of your life. And pretty much everything you can learn in the world to be successful, you can learn without college. So just going to throw that out there. And for people who wonder, I do have a master's degree. I got my master's degree because once upon a time I had ambitions to work my way into a high position in education because I hate our school system and I wanted to change it. But then I had this realization that there's no changing the system. It's meant to be the way it is. They don't want intelligent people in education. They want dumb assholes because then that helps raise dumb children, which is what they want because dumb children are easily ruled over and enslaved and exploited and taken advantage of, like all the lemmings that march into football stadiums and pay $20 a beer. Again, you got an educated populace. Nobody's doing that. An educated populace would have caught on to Gematria 9 years ago when I began teaching it on day one because it's been a perfect lesson ever since that added up more and more every single day ever since. And by the way, the only thing I didn't mention about this death of Len Dawson is last week we were talking about the ritual of the death of Dawson Knox's brother who plays for the Bills, kind of like how Chuck Knox used to coach the Bills and the Rams, the teams that are going to open this NFL season. And if you missed the work on the death of Dawson Knox's brother on the same day they announced the death of Q Lazarus, you better go back and check out all that because it's all synced up. Again, Q Lazarus got famous from Silence of the Lambs, a film title that equals 201, because her song's played while Buffalo Bill is dancing in the movie. So, all right. I think we got it all out there. And let me scroll through my Twitter. There might be a few more things this morning I want to mention. Oh, yeah. Last year, August 23rd, we were having big rituals in Afghanistan. This year on August 23rd, we're having big rituals in Syria. Of course, Syria's leader's born on September 11th. But 89 days before Joe Biden's birthday, supposedly we dropped bombs all over Syria with 11 targets. Remember, Osama bin Laden dead in 11. Then 11 years later, on the last day of the Ignatian year, Osama bin Laden's right-hand man dead on the 31st, which is the 11th prime, like Bill Russell died on that day with his 11 championships. And don't forget that the day Obama became president to the day Osama died was a span of 119 weeks on the nose, like the majority of the world writes September 11th, 11/9, like Genesis 11:9 ends with the Tower of Babel's destruction. And again, Obama in 09, Osama in 9/11. But always the 11 thing. So anyway, this came 89 days before Biden's birthday, the 11 targets. Remember, 89's the 11th Fibonacci number. 89 chapters in the gospel, the story of Jesus. In Gematria, Jesus equals 11. Joe Biden's a pawn of the Society of Jesus, who loves to always have military conflict in the Middle East, just like the Templars used to. And the Templar cross is in the Jesuit logo. And again, all roads lead to Rome. And why people aren't paying attention to this, they're watching rigged football and trying to put together their fantasy roster. But again, just the same numbers day after day. 11 targets, really. And notice they said they were considering 13 targets, but they only went with 11. Remember, a year ago, it was the 13 dead forces left in Afghanistan to go with the nation of 13 stripes and 13 colonies. And don't forget that Afghanistan's government collapsed on the Jesuit order's birthday, August 15th. And 11 days later, there was the big boom at the airport to remind us of 9/11. And then they showed us the footage of the runway with the airplane on it all day to remind us of 9/11. You know, I can just imagine the retards out there trying to watch. Back to the animal farm. It's feeding time. Yeah, and don't forget, after 9/11, Patriot Act, Patriots. Again, you had to be fucking retarded to not see it. Only fucking retards didn't realize the NFL was rigged right then and there, just like only fucking retards went along with the obvious 9/11 lie. And if you guys don't understand why I'm so frustrated, it's because I was 18 back then and knew I lived in a nation of fucking retards, which nothing's changed. And then for 9 years, you show all the fucking retards how rigged the game is with definitive proof and help people make millions of dollars and people still don't get it. I mean, this should be, everything that I put out should be the most viral fucking video every day on the internet. And that's not an arrogant statement. It just should be. This is the most definitive knowledge ever dropped on humanity, exposing all the things that everyone's all sucked up into. Sports and politics. Complete bullshit. Everyone should know that on August 24th, 2022, Kobe Bryant Day. So, anyhow, shout out to Mike Rawson, who's got a $5 super chat. And I wasn't looking into the chat until just now, so I don't know if anybody else dropped any change, but let me check. Mike Carlson also dropped $5. Appreciate it. You know, if this was Tim Pool broadcasting right now, talking out of his ass about a bunch of bullshit that's just nothing but bullshit, we would have already raised $10,000 in super chats on the live stream. But you know what? You get on here, you drop real facts, real knowledge. Nobody even wants to chip in $1 because they're all butthurt about it. That's the sad thing about this world. This world's made for liars and losers. That's why a lot of people like to listen to a liar and a loser like Tim Pool, who, by the way, they just sacrificed that other famous lady from the Occupy movement and broke the news about it 201 days before his birthday. But again, it does make me sick just seeing these like fat slobs that stream online that talk out of their ass. And again, the reason fat slobs that talk out of their ass have big audiences is because they match the demographic that is America. You go outside, it's a bunch of fat, ugly fucks, retarded as fuck, who don't know shit about shit, and the last thing they want to hear about is the truth. They want to look at somebody that's as ugly and fat as them and listen to the bullshit because that's what their mind's used to absorbing. And, you know, sorry you don't get that here. I try to take care of myself and be about things and use intelligence. Sadly, it doesn't resonate with most people because, again, it's a society of fucking losers. But what are you going to do? Besides try to raise the bar, which is what we do one broadcast at a time. And for all the people who don't like my broadcast because of the way I talk, again, sorry you're such a fucking loser with, I don't know, poor values. I guess you value the wrong things. So anyway. Shout out to Duffman187, 5 Canadian. He said, be frustrated all you want, Zach. I haven't been here for a year yet, and I'm tired of people. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Shout out to KT Cleans a Lot, who chipped in $5. Said, could you take a quick look at the 2 Jazz players that died this week? One was age 39. The other was 93. That just reminds me, just right away, you think jazz music, you think black men, you think Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, both killed at age 39. 2 men that had name gematria that both equaled 93, who only met one day in history on the big Jesuit date, March 26th, but that year it was a date with 93 numerology. I'll take a look at that. Appreciate it. And let me see. You know what? I got to do one thing. One of the most loyal supporters out there, her name is Sarah Sutherland, and I did run by the P.O. box today, and she said there would be a package there, so I'm going to see what Sarah Sutherland sent us. And I did get a card also from Coffee Girl. Thank you, Coffee Girl. Coffee Girl sent she sent a letter for Sweet Lady. She said, congratulations on graduating, Sweet Lady. Very nice, Coffee Girl. Thank you. By the way, Sweet Lady right now is off taking a test. So she's not here, so it allows me to rant more than normal because she doesn't like it when she's home and I'm ranting. But anyway, she had a big test this morning. And I said, don't let me drive you down to the test because Sweet Lady, she tends to get lost and she has trouble driving places. And that's why I normally drive her around. So let me drive you down to the test so you don't get stressed out. Nothing goes wrong this morning. She's like, oh, I got it. We've already been to the testing place a few times. So about 30 minutes after she leaves, I get a phone call, and she's crying when I pick up the phone, and she's panicking, and she's saying she lost, and she can't get to the testing center, and the test starts in 15 minutes. So anyway, I had to drive across town and pick up Sweet Lady and get her to the testing center. And shout out to the neighbor who let me borrow their car. But again, the reason I'm sharing this is don't let your Sweet Lady ever go to the testing center alone when you know she shouldn't, if she doesn't know how to drive anywhere without you. Especially on her big testing day. But anyway, that was how my day started. And Sarah Sutherland, man, you put a lot of tape on a package. Okay, let's see. Let's see what she got us. Wow, looks like she got us a lot of T-shirts. I think I'm going to be handing these out in New York if that's what they are. Nice. All right, shout out to Sarah Sutherland. So she hooked it up for the community. I had a feeling that whatever she sent was for everybody based on what she wrote. So it looks like she sent us... Or wait, is this a hoodie? Okay, well, we got ourselves a hoodie here and something else. Illuminati confirmed the Jesuit order. That'll be the name of the new book. Very nice. And GematriaEffectNews, learn the code. Zachary K. Hubbard. I appreciate it. You know what? I will bring this with me to New York and whatever else we got here. And for people who need them, definitely provide them. So if it ends up getting chilly in New York, shout out to Sarah Sutherland. She sent us some gear. And for people who need some hoodies, we will definitely hook it up. All right, so she's got 2 hoodies with the same message. Very nice. Appreciate it. She's even got words on the sleeve. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Sarah. Awesome. And yeah, I'll bring this with me to New York. And again, if somebody needs a hoodie there, wants to help promote the work, we got 2 to give away. Very nice. Thank you. Okay, shout out to Gio who chipped in $10. Appreciate that, Gio. Glad to see you're still out there. Haven't seen your name for a minute. But yeah, you guys, again, if the part of my video that was offensive to you was me cussing and ranting about how shitty Americans are, I'm sorry. I'm not wrong about any of that. You can think I'm wrong all you want, but America is a nation of sorry-ass fucking losers, and it always has been, and hopefully it won't always will be. That's what we're trying to change. But this is a nation of sorry-ass fucking losers. Shit values. Nobody cares about the truth. Everybody's fucking dumb. A lot of fat fucking slobs. And they get mad and call me crazy for sharing the shit that I'm sharing. What I'm sharing is unfucking deniable. And it is sickening watching people get murdered ritualistically for rigged fucking sports, rigged fucking elections, and all the other bullshit they do. And people just march along with it. It's fucking sick. And that's why when we drive this lap around the country, we're going to be stopping at every football stadium where it's appropriate to pound pavement. And if I'm not coming through your neck of the woods, you know what? You can get on the new GematriaEffectNews community site. You can link up with the people in your community. If you guys don't know about the new site, get on there. Again, if you're on a smartphone, go to your app downloader thing, search Mighty Networks. Mighty Networks. Download that app. It's free. Once you have it downloaded, open it up and search GematriaEffectNews and then join the community. You'll see how nice it is. It's very easy to find out who's on there, who the members are, who's in your neck of the woods. There's all sorts of nice search features to make it easy. Start linking up and building community. We should have Team Gematria groups at every NFL stadium for every game this year, pounding pavement, you know? Every week there should be somebody out in front of the Chiefs Stadium letting them know about the ritual with Len Dawson. And again, they treat us like we're fucking stupid, you guys. ESPN this morning, when I saw it break, right away they're talking about how he's been in the Hall of Fame since 87, dead at 87, like it's some kind of coincidence. It's just sickening, man. It's sickening that people are just so dense and stupid that it doesn't ever register in the brain. Bill Russell, Hall of Famer since 75. Didn't you just get finished watching a season with 75 on every fucking NBA court? You think that's a coincidence? He's Jesuit educated, dead on the last day of the first ever Jesuit Ignatian year. I mean, it's sick. So shout out to Detective Truth who chipped in $2. I appreciate that. If everybody chipped in $2 right now on the stream, I'd have enough gas money to drive my lap around the country. So $2 goes a long way. I appreciate it. And yeah, anyhow, got lots to do today. We'll leave it there for now. Shout out to all the people who hit the like and share. Shout out to all the people who have a little bit thick skin and can handle a few cuss words. And that's just what's such a joke about Americans. You could go put this out in front of a lot of Americans. Their biggest reaction to this video will be like, I don't like how he's talking and cussing and talking about people being dumb. Like they would have just skipped over the whole part about Len Dawson being murdered by a satanic code. That's not what bothered them. And realize that's how you can tell that these people are satanic and evil, because they don't care about evil. They don't care at all about evil. They just march along with it. It's normal to them. They like it. They support it. They'll put a yellow ribbon on their sticker. You know, most obvious lie in the history of the world, to send 18-year-olds off to kill brown people, and they think they're holier than thou because they put a yellow ribbon on their car. Again, a society of fucking losers. So I'm talking to everybody out there who put a yellow ribbon on their car. Fuck you, loser. You know, that's how I felt since the day it happened. It's just a fucking joke.
marching along with bullshit, going along with bullshit. Hey, look at my Facebook profile. I just got vaccinated by Pfizer. Woo, I did it for grandma. Fuck you, loser. No, you didn't. You did it for Pfizer, you sorry ass fucking chump. Pull your head out of your ass and wake up to what nation you live in. As they code 666 all over the pandemic. Simulated 666 days before it was declared. So hopefully the number of the beast thing sticks in, because that's who runs your fucking nation. Until next time.